Welcome to another episode of Chat with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today I got Chad Marks. Blood on the razor wire. What's good, man?
What's going on, man? How are you?
I'm good. I'm chilling. I seen your page. I saw your channel. I watched a couple of your episodes, man. They were good. You speak very intelligent, and you got some good content on there.
Well, I appreciate it, man. I watch some of your stuff too, and I like what you're doing, and people seem to be interested. So that's a good thing, right?
Yeah, definitely, man. I'm trying to change my life, going a different direction than where I was before.
Well, that's what my mission is, man. Save kids from life imprisonment, premature death in the streets through our stories and our experiences in prison, man. And it's much different than scared straight. It's just keeping it real, man, and bringing it to people raw and hoping that they make the right decisions and maybe change the course of their lives right now.
Definitely, man. So the people that watch my channel, they really don't know who you are. So do you want to introduce yourself and explain some of the things you got going on and some of the merchandise you got for sale and stuff?
Yeah, not a problem. My name's Chad Marks. At the age of 24, I was arrested and charged with a drug conspiracy. I ended up proceeding to trial, was convicted, and sentenced to a 40-year federal mandatory minimum for 10 years for the cocaine, 5 years for the first gun, and 25 years for the second. It's commonly referred to as stacking of 924Cs. I went to prison, took myself to the law library, learned the law, was able to help out probably over 100 men from prison, get out of prison through the courts. Eventually, I was able to write the first compassionate release motion in federal court after President Trump passed the First Step Act, and we won that in Texas for Conrado Cantu. I was able to eventually secure my own release through compassionate release. Got two other dudes out that had life sentences. I've done a lot of work for Russell Simmons' son, the rapper Lil Baby, his father, his real father, Rodney Love. I'm helping him right now, and hopefully we'll be able to get him out of prison soon as well.
Wow, that's pretty cool, man. I commend you for doing all that. For real. A lot of people go to jail and they just sit and rot away in the cell,
Unfortunately, man. Some people give up, man, and they don't really care. You know what I mean? They give up, and they're like, I'm just here for the rest of my life. And had I given up, I would have spent the rest of my life in prison, at least 40 years of it. I spent 18 years in federal prison and decided that while I was in prison, I wanted to educate myself, got a college degree. Like I said, worked in the law library, taught alternative violence project seminars, things like that. And, I had a mission, man. And I said, when I get out of prison, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to open up a paralegal and prison consultant firm, which I did. We're helping numerous people with that. I put a YouTube channel together, like I said earlier, Blood on the Razor Wire TV. And the mission is to save kids from life imprisonment, premature death. And I wrote a book in prison, Bill. And the book is it's one man's journey through the violent federal prison system in the United States. My first prison was USP Big Sandy, which was dangerous. I had heard all the stories about it and everything that I had heard about it. When I got there, it's exactly what I had heard, if not more. And, the book, has a lot of violence in there, unfortunately, but that's the life that we were living. But it's emotional at times, and it takes people on a journey, man. It's real. And I always say this, that, there's a lot of people that can tell prison stories, but a lot of people can't tell the story that I can tell because they've never been in the places that I've been. Maximum security federal prison, they're dangerous places, especially Big Sandy, man.
Yeah. I haven't ever been to federal prison, but I did a lot of time in state prison,
In what state?
Connecticut.
Connecticut. How's the prison system over there? Is it violent, dangerous?
Yeah. It's pretty bad. People think of Connecticut and they don't think of, they think of trees and it's right next to New York City and in between Boston and New York. So there's a drug corridor. There's a lot of gangs. There's a lot of violence. It's pretty bad.
I'm sure there's a lot of New York guys over there, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
In your prison system?
It's not my prison system.
Well, the state prison system.
Yeah. There's New York guys there. They're not majority though.
And you're in Connecticut, man, where that dude killed all them little kids at that school, right?
Yeah.
That was horrible, man.
I was in the prison that's in that town, Sandy Hook. It's in Newtown. Gardner Correctional Institution. I was in that prison for a while, and a riot happened in '99. I was there. It was pretty crazy, but I made it out alive. So,
Dude, you know, I was, like I said, I was 24 when I got sentenced to 40 years, right? And you saying that you were from Connecticut, man, just, you know, it's kind of like a flashback. You know, after I got sentenced, I felt like, man, there was nothing in the world that could hurt me when I went to prison. Like, there was nothing left they could do. They took everything. The only thing that would hurt me at that point, I thought, was if my mother died. But, man, when them kids got killed at that school and I seen that on the news, dude, that hurt me, man. It devastated me, man. Brought tears to my eyes, for real, man. I've seen a lot of tough guys, man, in prison upset over that stuff, man. And, you know, it made me think about it, being that you're from Connecticut.
Yeah, I remember when that happened, and it was Connecticut's. It was bad, dude. It was bad. It was one of the worst things I ever seen in my life. You know, I've seen a lot of bad things, man. A lot of bad things like that.
Yeah, man, I have too, man. I've seen bad, not that bad with kids, but just, man, I've seen a lot of violence in prison, stabbings, I've seen killings. I've witnessed the stuff, man. And, you know, it makes, eventually, man, some people get numb to it, and other people, man, you just get tired of it, man. You're like, man, I want to change my life. I want to do something different, man. I don't want to live like this no more, you know?
I got tired of it. I got tired of it, man. I just can't do it no more. I'm too old for that shit.
You know, like that song, "Living My Best Life." I'm out here. I've been out 9 months, dude, after doing almost 18 years. And for real, I'm just out here trying to live my best life, but, you know, also make a difference if I can, bro. That's my mission, man.
So when you were in jail, right, or prison, when you were thinking of the outside, like, what am I gonna do when I get out and all that, did you have this in mind? Was this it?
Well, you know, like I said, I had done law work all them years, so, you know, I figured, hey, if I do end up getting out, you know, I'd hope that I would get out. But there were days when I thought I'd never get out. But I knew that I was putting a paralegal prison consultant firm together 100%. You know,
Either way, right?
Either way. Well, I ended up doing it from prison, and I had a lady, Lisa Jacoby, from my city that ran the federal defender's office for like over 22 years. We had partnered up while I was in prison, and then when I got out of prison, we really put it together full throttle. And once I got out, I started seeing, you know, I knew that I had a mission that I wanted to help kids. You know, I had designed some incarceration prevention classes for kids. I had done a bunch of stuff on paper from prison. And when I got out, I had seen all these YouTube channels. And I said, man, these dudes are all talking about prison. You know, some of these dudes are really good, dude. Whether your YouTube channel's good, that DLC TV dude, 23 and 1, that
Jay
that
Williams
dude that you were on his show. That's what grabbed my interest, that Jay Williams dude. And
I wasn't on his show. I watched his show.
Oh, you were on the 23 and 1 show.
Yeah.
And that's what grabbed my attention, was the 23 and 1 show. That dude, always wearing a baseball cap. So I said, man, if these dudes are doing this, man, I could do it and promote my mission, man. You know, it's not about me. It's about, you know, really trying to help people. Because you know, like I know, all that scared straight stuff, that shit's all nonsense, man.
Don't work.
Oh, don't work. I think that you can get the message across. See, this is the thing. Some people will be like, oh, you always talk about violence. You know what? The violence in the prison story, you know, we live in a culture where people are fascinated by this stuff. So that's the opening, brother. That's the opening, because kids want to hear that. When I was a kid, and anybody watching your show could probably admit this, you know, when you were a kid, them prison things fascinated you. You know, and you remember the movies, Blood In, Blood Out, you know, that shot caller movie, you know, American Need. So you need that story to open the door, bro. And when you open that door, the kids are interested. And then you give them the message. You let them know what it's like to go to bed hungry at night. You know, we got all these kids where I'm from right now. We got all these kids where I'm from right now. They're carjacking people. They just killed a 71-year-old dude. They just carjacked some lady that was delivering pizza for Salvador's Pizza about 3 hours ago. And, you know, they don't realize that when you do a carjacking, you can go to federal prison for 20 years. This ain't like the state. You don't come in and they give you a cop out and you refuse it, and then they give you a little bit less so they don't go to trial. These people are taking you to trial. They don't care if you're 16. They don't care if you're 17. You're going to end up with 20, 30 years because you're carjacking someone. What are you going to do with the car? Go out for a joyride and spend the next 20 years of your life in prison? And that's the things that they need to hear, man. They need to see that. And you can open that door, man, with the prison, you know, the prison stories, the violence, and then you give them the message, man.
Yeah, the message to not go back and experience the things that we went through, you know?
Well, really, the message that, this is what it's really like. It ain't all fun and games, man. Going to prison isn't like,
It was definitely different than what I thought it was. Was it different than what you thought?
oh, 100%. I thought when I was arrested by the feds, first I thought the feds only arrested, mobsters and I spent some time in federal prison with some of them guys. I thought it was just for them and like these Colombian drug lords. I didn't know that federal prison was for, just regular people, man.
Yeah. There's a lot of people in there, especially people from Washington, D.C., because they don't have any regular prisons, no state. So I heard that a lot of people from D.C. go to prison.
Oh yeah, well, most of the DC dudes go to federal prison, man. I mean,
Yeah.
all of them do.
Yeah.
They don't have a prison system in DC.
So if you steal a pack of gum over and over and over, and they give you a prison sentence, you're going to feds?
Yeah, 100%. I had a dude that was in my unit. He was smoking weed in a national park, and the cops, the park cops, whatever, they grabbed him, they body slammed him. He had a misdemeanor. He had a federal misdemeanor. I never even knew that was possible. And this dude was in my unit, dude, and he got like 18 months for a federal misdemeanor from smoking weed and wrestling with the cops in a state park.
And then the riot at the Capitol, they're bagging all those people are going to prison.
Yeah, but most of them dudes ain't really going to get no time, man. Trust me when I tell you that. You'll see when it all pans out.
Probably.
So I'm a jailhouse lawyer, man. Them dudes are probably getting 3-4 years, man.
Yeah. I'm sure they probably don't care. So we got a couple comments here, man. Salute Chattin with Staxx show and blood on a razor wire, fam. My man Bill Staxx kicking ass. What's good? What's good, Ali? Facts, bro. So, man, so when you were locked up, were you around any mafia guys? Mafia dudes? You said you were around them?
Yeah, I was with some mobsters at some points. I was with Vic Amuso. You might remember the Caracappa, the mafia cop. Do you remember him?
Yeah.
He was in my unit, dude, and for real, he was my cellie for like 2 weeks when he first came to Coleman. He was in Victorville, Penn, and we had a homie from Boston. Usually a lot of New York and Boston dudes run together in federal prison, right? And we have a homie, man. I don't really want to say his name on here, but he was in Victorville and he was an AB out of Boston. And he, they eventually found out that he was a cop and told him, look, man, we're not going to pound you out. We know you're a killer and all that type of shit. We're just going to let you leave, man. And they let him leave, and he ended up coming to Coleman. And when he got there, I didn't even know who the dude was, dude. When he came there, he had long hair and a ponytail. You would never expect that this dude was a cop. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And,
Caracappa, right?
Steve Caracappa, yeah. Cold as ice, man. You could see death in his eyes, bro. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. But for real, man, the dude was a gangster, man. He was a killer, man.
Oh, and you so I got a picture of him. I'm gonna pull up a picture of them. So he was in your cell with you?
He was my cellie probably for like 2 weeks when he first came.
Wow. So how was he as a person?
Honestly, dude, really nice guy, man. Not a bad dude, nice guy. You wouldn't have known that he was ever a cop. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
some of the Italian dudes there shunned him, and a couple of them embraced him. There was a dude there, and I'm sure some of your viewers know who he is, Baldo. I know when he first got there, Baldo talked to him and told him, look, I'm going to give you a package. He gave him a package, for coming in, clothes, food, whatever. And he told him, he said, look, man, after today, we're never going to talk again. But I'm doing this out of respect. And he gave him, a package of clothes and food and all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, at least he got something, right? Because he's a cop, bro. So it's kind of like you're stuck in between being a gangster and a cop. Like, where did you draw the line?
Yeah, I hear you. But listen, man, the dude was the head of the mob. From what I was told by him, he was the head of the homicide division that investigated the mob, right?
Yeah.
And he would always use the word alleged. They alleged that I was killing people.
He would say that.
Yeah, well, he knew who the witnesses were, and he'd go pull the dudes over, and he'd kill them with his partner.
Yeah.
So, he was dangerous, dude.
Trying to get a picture of him right now.
I was in the hole with Whitey Bulger when Whitey Bulger was in the hole, too. Irish mobster.
Yep. You want to talk about what happened with him?
Yeah, he was on cell alone, wreck alone status. He had to live in his own cell and live in a wreck cage. After he had something going on with the psychologist, and he ended up getting transferred over to Tucson.
Mm-hmm.
And then he got stabbed in Tucson too. A dude stabbed him with a pencil. But I used to go to rec at the same time as him. There's Steve
Which one
Carrick.
is he? The one on the right or
He's on the left.
one on the left, right?
He's
Yeah, I
dead.
get him confused, man. Oh, he died.
He died, man. He died in prison, man. Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
anyway,
go ahead. No, go ahead. I got something to bring up after. Go. You finish your story.
So like I was talking about Whitey Bulger, right? Let me tell you something. I used to talk to him every day. Sometimes we'd be stuck in a rec cage side by side, man, for 2-3 hours, right? You're only supposed to get an hour rec when you're in the shoe. I was in the hole down there for like 11 months over an investigation. They were alleged that, we were bringing drugs into prison. None of that shit was true. But anyway, I used to talk to him every day, dude. When I say you could see death in Caracapa's eyes, let me tell you something. The pictures that people see of Whitey Bulger, he didn't look like that, right? The pictures when he got arrested, dude, he looked like a real old man now, scrawny, washed up.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you could see the death in his eyes. And he used to tell me stories about Alcatraz and stuff like that. And I had asked him, I said, dude, they alleged that, you were telling on people and, you were raping kids. And he said, let me tell you something. He said, when they were making them allegations, and it was whoever the dude was from the Boston Globe or whatever, he said, I was in hiding, man. I couldn't come out and kill these dudes, man. He said, I couldn't get to them, but if I could have, I would have. Yeah, like he don't look like this on the right. He didn't look like that on the right no more, dude. He looked bad, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he looks kind of fucking crazy, man. But I'm not worried about nobody. I'm just saying, like he looked like an old man when I seen him. I smashed him up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. He looked like he was like 90 when I seen him. But anyway, I had asked him, like, I'm interested in this story. I'm an Irish kid. My father's Irish and German. My mother's Irish. I come from a tough Irish neighborhood growing up. So I had asked him in-depth questions, man. I wanted to know, And I had asked him, like, dude, how were you on the run so long? He told me, look, he said, you never drive at night. You just stay here like you're normal. He said, most people get arrested, they drive at night. Huh?
How do you get money? How do you get money on the run? He take it with him?
Yeah, he took it with him. They found a whole bunch, man. They found a couple $100,000 in the wall, I think, in his house, and he had money stashed. I had asked him, dude, how are you on the run? He said, dude, you don't drive at night. He said, you don't commit crime. You fit right in with everybody else, and you live like a normal person. He said, most people don't get pulled over during the day. They get pulled over at night, and that's when they get jammed up.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, you learn something, dudes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. That's great. Have you seen anything go down with Whitey Bulger around, or was it always?
Well, I was in the hole at the same time he was in the hole. I wasn't on the compound when Whitey Bulger was on the compound.
Okay.
I was already in the hole for an investigation, man.
All right. So listen, you got a story, and I want to see if you want to tell it on the show, man. And I'm gonna get some shit for this, but I don't care. You saw a boss get slapped.
When I was in Coleman too, man, on the baseball field, somebody had hit Vic Amuso, and Vic Amuso's not a punk, man. He was just an old man, and this hillbilly dude from Tennessee ended up pounding this dude out right there on the spot. You know what I mean?
You said he laid him out.
Beat the shit out of him, bro. Beat the brakes off this dude out on the baseball field. And anybody that was over there at the time, I mean, they can tell you the same story. Dude pounded the dude out. Vic tried to, like, hey, put his hands up, but dude was on him right away, bro. And it wasn't like dude just did it because Vic was an old dude and people had respect for Vic. I was with Vic and Big Sandy too. In 2008, I want to say we were over there. He used to get the New York paper, man. It was expensive. I couldn't afford it. And he used to give me the paper to read. But yeah, man, dude did slap him, bro. And he tried to fight back, but he didn't even have enough time to fight back. Don't let your viewers get it mixed up or anything. The dude wasn't no punk, dude. He put his hands up. He's an old man. And it just happened so fast. He really didn't get a chance to defend himself. Another dude jumped on the dude and pounded the dude out. Huh?
Did he get knocked out?
No, he just slapped him. Yeah, he just slapped him, buddy.
He just slapped him, yeah. What were people like instigating it? Like, whoa, what the fuck? Were
I
they
don't know, dude. I don't know what it was over. I was just on the base. I was just watching the baseball game that day.
Yeah.
I don't even know what it was over, but dude slapped him, and then, dude, for real, I didn't even see the dude slap him, so I shouldn't say that. I know that he was slapped, but I seen dude attack the dude that slapped him.
Yeah.
So I
So
don't want.
he looked like this guy looked like that on the right when he got slapped.
Yeah, older.
Yeah.
He didn't look like that young fella on the left.
Yeah. Obviously.
Really nice guy,
So
respectful man, real respectful
yeah,
dude. And he's
a
from
lot of
New
them
York.
are,
So
man.
no young dude should be putting their hands on old dudes. You know what I mean? No one.
No. So what do you think about what happened to Whitey Bulger when he got transferred?
Oh, I mean, you know what happened. I mean,
I know.
Whitey
What do
Bulger
you
tells a
think
story
about
that
it?
he never told on people. He never raped kids. But as soon as he got to Hazleton, dude, they knew what they were doing when they put him out there. You know what I mean? He should have never went out there. And they knew that. The staff knew not to send him out there. And they killed him, dude, immediately. You know what I mean? He didn't last,
Yeah.
12 hours?
Yeah.
That's only because he came at night.
Yeah, man. So I got a couple things I want to tell my viewers, and then I hope they enjoy this little episode we got. And we're gonna be on Blood on the Razor Wires channel in a minute. And make sure you go over there and chop it up with us. So Chad has t-shirts that he sells. And if you guys want to buy t-shirts off him, hit him up through either email, or how do you want him to hit you up, through Instagram or your email?
They can hit me up on the email, freedomfighterspc101@gmail.com. It's not just about buying t-shirts, bro. It's about supporting the mission. You know what I mean? And promoting the channel. Man, to do what we're trying to do, man. I got some things planned for the summer. I like to put a Save a Child month together in the summertime, man. You know, have some outdoor activities, get people together, man, and start trying to change, people's character, man. That save these kids from life imprisonment and premature death. And like I said, a lot of people have stories to tell, but a lot of people can't tell my story because they never experienced, what I've experienced, never been in the places that I've been. And that's why, with the book, Blood on the Razor Wire, they can go on Amazon and get the book, or they can get a signed copy directly from me through that same email. And, Blood on the Razor Wire is a real book. These are the things that other people can't do because they've never been the places that I've been. And that's not to say that I'm better than anyone or my content's better than anyone, because I'm not. It's not that type of party. But this book's real, man. Read the first 3 chapters for free on Amazon. I promise you, I'll buy the book.
It's all true, right? It's all like a life story. It's not like fiction.
No, it's a nonfiction book. Like I say at the top, the subtitle: it's one man's journey through the violent federal prison system in the United States. A lot of people think federal prison's a joke, or it's a camp, or we're eating steak and we're swimming in swimming pools. Dude, I've seen plenty of people murdered in federal prison, dude. And I was also in New York State prison. I was in Attica. I was in Comstock. But none of those New York State prisons could ever hold a match to what I've seen in federal prison, places like Big Sandy.
Yeah. I know, man. I know that they're crazy. I've heard some crazy things.
And I've been, dude, let me tell you something, dude. Big Sandy, I talk about Stevie Burke in the book. He's out of Boston. I know you talk about a lot of dudes, out of Boston. And, Stevie Burke has his own story. His homeboys know what his story is. But for real, when we were in Big Sandy, dude, he was the shot caller, along with my cellie, Adam Oliveri. And Adam ended up, stabbing the cop, got another 25 years. He copped out. I was with Anthony Shea. I was with some bad, some tough dudes, man. Ronnie DeVola. A lot of Boston guys know who Ronnie is. So, the book talks about, a lot of them guys in there.
Definitely, man. Yeah, I want to give a shout out to Bobby Luisi and Ricky Lynch, Paulie, all you guys, man, up there in Boston. And so the special thing I got planned for everybody out there, if you're listening, I got a new thing planned for you guys. So I'm doing a pre-sale. It's a 24-hour first come, first serve. It's going to be, I have alchemy cards. So you buy an alchemy card, you get a t-shirt, and there's going to be a lot of, there's going to be a barcode with a limited edition. There's going to be t-shirts, stickers, hoodies, and the sale's going to go on for 24 hours. And that's it. Once they're gone, they're gone. There's going to be t-shirts, hoodies, whatever you need. And part of the money that I get from this is going to go to a good cause. I'm going to donate some of it to Pat Stebbins' organization to help clean up the streets of Bristol and help abused women that need to be in a shelter to get away from their abused spouse, and to help kids that are hungry in the street. So if you want to help a good cause, make sure you place your orders. You can find them at, go to my email, staxxbill1979@gmail. And I'm going to have it's going to be next weekend, probably the 24 hours. It's going to go from Friday to Saturday. And once it's done, it's done. It's going to sell out fast. So make sure you guys go to the email and order, pre-order whatever you want. And just let me know. Just hit me up and let me know. And I appreciate you coming on the show, bro. And I'll definitely have you on again, man.
No problem. I appreciate you, man. I wish you the best of luck with everything that you're doing.
Thank you, bro. And make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell so you could get my videos every time they drop. And until next time, man, I'll be uploading the videos soon. Stay up.